today is data tools, right? Data tools. If you can see my screen, you see I have some information like admission number, first name, surname. So what is data tools in Excel? Data tools in Excel, if you click on home, you see we have some conditional formatting here. It's part of data tool, right? And then if you click on data, you now see that you have a lot more, right? If you click on insert, we also have some data tools there, just like charts, creating charts, uh yes, creating charts. Then coming back to data, we have arrangement, that is sorting, ascending or descending order. We have filter, filtering to filter the record that will be shown on the spreadsheet. Okay, you can also do some analysis, like you can do data validation. Okay, then you can forecast and all of that. So we'll be talking about some of these data tools. So without further ado, let me populate all this with information. So we can generate a random number for them. I can say is equals to round between, round between. I want this course to be between 30 to 98. Okay, press enter. So now this person have 84. But if you notice, as I am dragging this guy, you see that the information will be changing. See that 84 has changed to 80. So that is what I want you to take note of. It's a random number. So, and at the same time, if I try to perform any calculation, this number will also change. So what I'm going to do right now is copy the number and paste the value. We could not copy the content to the clipboard. It is in use by another. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, when I uh, click on this guy, when I click on this guy, you can see it has changed. So it's no longer formula. So it won't change again because I have copied and replaced the number. So now let's go to total and do auto sum as we've done before. I'll go to home and I will do auto sum, right? Then hit enter. Then I'll come back here and drag it down like that. Okay, so that's it. So I have the total. Okay, so on this total, I'll bold it. I'll give it another color. So to differentiate it from this. Okay, so go back to my Excel, and the next thing I want to do is average. Do not forget, can do equals to this guy divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I can do 15, but for me to show that what I am doing is correct, I will definitely come here to average. Instead of 2, I'll Q2, Q2, right? That's the average. I want to take the average of 2 to see that if anything I can drag it down. I also give my average, I'll bold it as well, another color, make color another color. They want it to be constant. This is 5 decimal places and this is 1 decimal place. Then I'll right click and choose format cell. Okay, go to number and I'll say I want 2 decimal places and I'll okay, something will be 2 decimal places. Take note of this remark. The remark is either the person fail or the person pass. Or no, don't let me do that. Let me use a three. Let me add another column here and call it grade. The remark will be either fail or pass. So I'm going to single if analysis. At this point, I want to do if analysis. I want to know whether someone fail or someone pass based on the average. Okay, anybody below 50 would be fail. So I want to change some things here so that can have someone below 50, can have someone below 50. All right, good. So I can have someone below 50. Okay, so now what I'm going to do right now is I'll come to remark and do if analysis. Okay, how do I do that? I'll say if, take note, equals to if, open my bracket. We are talking about data tools in Excel, right? Open my bracket, then I can say if average, that is S2 greater than 50, comma, the first comma means then, or it means value if that expression is true. It means value. I mean, what should be the result if S2 greater than 50? What should be the result? The result is pass if it's greater than 50. Otherwise, is the second comma value if what? If false. Third comma, then I will say fail. If I hit enter, if that pass, why? Because S2, which is 66.36, is what is greater than 50. I'll drag it down. Look at it well. This is fail and this is pass. Now let us come to data tools now. I will block everything because I want it to be at a glance. I want to see that someone failed. So conditional format. Scale. Apply a color gradient to a range of cells. The color indicates where each cell value falls between or within that range. So, but color range works on number. So let me pick first and I'll go my conditional format and I will look at range. Yeah, this color is better. It's not better. And some things I'm not seeing. Let me go to models. Right. Format cells, two color cells. Right. This is preview. Okay. Let me do this way. Additional format color scale, pick a particular scale. This is the scale I pick, and I can come here and make the text black. Right. So look at that. If you see the fail very well, you see that the fail is now red. That is what we call conditional formatting. It's also part of data what? Data tools, because you can use that to grade what you see on the screen. Categorically, this guy is what? Is red. So coming to remark, right? I can also do that to remark so that we can see it at a glance. So I want my additional formatting and I will say equals to any text that is equals to fill be marked as red. Look at that is conditional what? Formatting. Right. So the next one I want us to do is, I've done single if analysis. This is single if, that is if else. So now I want to do multiple if condition now. So multiple if condition. Before I do the multiple if condition, I can come here and give the rule A is equals to 90 and above. 2 is equals to, or should I be to, let me just say B is equals to 80 and above. C is equal to 60 and above. All right. And D is equals to 50 and above. And E is equals to 40 and above. F is less than 40. Now look at this. This is an we want to give grade here. And now the grade to be based on that. I can now come here and see I can come to the creation and say if, look at that, is equals to if I will open bracket, average is still S2 greater than or equals to 90. Look at that, greater than or equals to what? 90. Greater than or equals to 90. What should happen? Then remark grade is A. Now this is multiple if. The next thing I'm going to do is if, this is called else if, because the very first one is if then do this, else if now, because I still want to continue with my if condition. So that is why we call this comma as else. Then what follows is if. Else if. Look at that. Same S2 greater than or equals to 80. Greater than or equals to 80. Then what should happen? Give it what? Give it B. Else if, look at that, else if S2 greater than or equals to 50, I mean that would be 60, right? 60, then give it what? C. Else if S2 greater than or equals to 50, right? Then give it D. Else if S2 greater than or equals to 40, then give it E. Now the next one is F. So you now say else. That's as the last one, give it what? F. Because it's the last one, there's no need for another else if. Now, how many brackets do we open? We must close accordingly. 2, 3, 4. Is that all? No, 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 no. That's too much. I think we open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 4, 5. Right? And I'll eat. Now we have the data accordingly. We have the data accordingly. So next thing that we want to do now is how can we sort. Look at 68102, 68103, 68104, but I want to sort them according to their first name. So I've blocked it. So this is data 2. I want to sort according to what? First name. And I will go to data and I'll click on sort. Now look at this. It's saying, do you want to expand the selection or continue with current selection? If you continue with current selection, Janet will go for someone else. Sophie will go for someone else. The best thing is to make sure that you say continue, expand the selection so that it will expand to select every other thing, every other record. Look at that, it has expanded itself. But which column do you want to sort with? I'm sorting by first name, right? Then I will say okay. You can now see that we now have Brett, Celia, Dicey, Darren, Jane, Janet, John, Leo. So we've sorted the information. That is, in data, whenever you want to do your analysis, it's always fine to have a sorted information. Then another thing is you want to filter. Why do you want to filter? You want to filter. Let me select everything and apply the filter. You want to filter, you want to know people that have failed. Suppose you have millions of record and you want to know people that have failed or according to a particular condition, you can come to filter here or mark everything and say I want to see people that have failed. You see, only one person failed. And then you can go back there to your average. Okay, because you're already filtering with fail, I can select all now. Then you can go to average and say you want to see people that are less than 50, or let's say people that are less than 60. So you can click on that and say less than 60. Okay, so now only 3 people, I mean how many? 5 people are less than 50. Okay, another thing that you want to do is you want to plot their graph. You want them to see their graph. So you can also go back. That is what they call exploratory data analysis. You are exploring the data. Okay, so by using visual data representation, so I remove the filter from everything. So I can block the average with remark. Then I will go to insert. I can do chart and I can do pie chart. Okay, so I've done pie chart, but that's not cool. That's not cool. This chart is not cool. So best thing I can do is let me copy these two out. Let me copy them out. Control C. Don't forget, when you are copying, it's always safe to say you are pasting the value. Okay, this is the value that I'm now using, that value to insert pie chart. Okay, this chart is still not what I want. Still not what I want. So let me pick average. Let average be before remark, and let me go back to chart, insert chart now. So you can see the essence of this. What this is telling you is that you need two things to do your pie chart: the label and number. So pass are all label. Look at that, they are all label. So let label comes before number, right? Okay, so that is what will be used to create your chart, and you can see all pass, and you can see the fail. This is the fail, right? This is the fail. So another thing you can do to your chart for visual clarity is you can uh, wait a minute, before, even without you copying it out, you can select remark first while you hold down your shift. Select, no, sorry, select remark first while you hold down control. You can also select average, so ensuring that remark is the first record you selected before the average. We can try that and now say insert chart again. So still doesn't work the way we want to. Let's copy it out to be on a safer side. Alright, so now this is what we have. So other things that you can do is you can right click and say you can move your chart to a new location. You can see new sheet. Okay, and you have a new sheet. So you can right click on the chart and format it by selecting add data label. If I click add data label, you can see I have the label. Can also go back there and format data series. Okay, so if I want to change the color, right, and I can also go back there and say I can change the type of the data. I can also change data label shape, can format the data label as well by changing the color. I can also involve the category name, right, as you can see, pass and all of that. So best feed, that's the label posting that I use, is outside. I always like outside. So this is legendary, right? Legendary is the color you have below all this color. That's what they call legendary. And then you want to show percentage too. You can do all that so that when people are visualizing your data, when they are visualization, so when you show your data to people by using the visual representation, you see that they can, without correlating the text. If you come back to your chart, to your sheet, so men looking at, if I didn't put this conditional format in there, right, men looking at the data without the color, right, without the color, it will be a bit difficult to know who is, you know, at the top, right? But click on, you have a chart. Everybody looking at the chart alone will give them direct interpretation that, oh, this person here, this person here has 8% and is a bit bigger than every other persons in this chart, right? Okay, so that is that for today. Let's see if there's something I want to touch that I've not touched. Right, I've done sorts, we've done filtering, and we have done conditional formatting. We've also insert chart. So last but not the least is that we can block everything like this down to this side, and we can insert bar chart. But if you want to insert bar chart, always ensure that you have one label. If you want to insert bar chart, let your label be what? One label, not two labels. Okay, if you have two labels, then your chart will not display the way you want it to be displayed. And at the same time, don't forget that the label should be the very first. So if I copy this guy now and I paste the value, where is it? Paste the value, then I can take this remark, right? Can take the remark to the very first, then I can now select everything. I can come to my bar chart. So look at that bar chart. Ensure that when you are applying your label, right, let your label be one thing, and at the same time there is it's not compulsory to have label. So if I, for bar chart, if I come here and I want to plot bar chart against all of this guy, I can just select to average. I don't need this guy. I just want to, present a visual display of how their record is. So I'll go back to insert and I'll pick my bar chart. I'll pick the chart I want. So the same thing, I can right click and say on the chart, and I can say move chart to a new sheet, and boom, I have it here. Okay, so other things that I can do is I can change the series chart type. What type of chart do I want? Even if it is bar charts, right, I can always change it. If it is a column, can also always change it. So depending on what you want, look at that. So this is another chart. So this is how we can do a visual data representation of our information. So thank you for viewing. The assignment I'm going to give to you now, please let us endeavor to do the assignment. The assignment is, you come here like this, insert a column, and you will do grade for all of this. So let their grade also follow this pattern. I will share you this file. Let their grade follow this pattern, A for 90, 80, BC and all of that, the way I did this. So once you are done for this guy, right, come to chemistry, insert, then do grade for chemistry as for physics, grade, and so on. That is how you keep doing the grade. I'm going to save it and share it now. So data science lesson 2. Going to more option, browse. So data science lesson 2 to my downloads so I can see it easily. Alright, that will be all for this lecture. Thank you for viewing, and we shall move to the next uh section in Excel for data science.